Another weekend has arrived here in London, and you guessed it, I'm taking another trip. I'm heading up to Scotland this weekend. Edinburgh to be more specific. So right now I am at King's Cross Station. Let's take a walk inside. This place is mad busy right now. Partially to do because it's rush hour. Look at this.
Called 1749 East Coast service to Leeds. Ordered Peterborough, Grantham, Newark Northgate,
That train right there.
Wakefield,
1800 to Edinburgh.
and Leeds.
Four and a half hours later, and I am in Scotland, finally. It was a long train ride, but I'm here now. Let me tell you, getting up here was a big ordeal. Let's see, my parents were actually supposed to meet me here in Edinburgh. They were supposed to get in this morning, and I was going to fly up after work and meet them here. But if any of you guys have been watching the news, I'm sure you've seen this whole ordeal with the volcano eruption in Iceland. So basically all this volcanic ash is getting blown over east all over the UK. So all the airports in the UK have been shut down for the last 24 hours or so, I'd say, maybe more. Just this afternoon, a couple Scottish airports opened up again because the ash is starting to clear out. But yeah, it's impossible to book a flight. All the flights were canceled. So I just took the train because it's a lot safer bet than actually waiting for a plane. And my parents are still stuck in the US, so they got to find some way to get over to the UK. Hopefully they'll be able to meet me here in Scotland at some point. But if worse comes to worst, we'll just meet back in London. But as long as I'm here, even if it is by myself, I'm going to enjoy it. As I'm sure you can tell from my voice and my eyes, which are starting to sag, I am beat. So I'm going to get some sleep, and then tomorrow, once I'm refreshed, I'm going to hit the town and see the sights. So I'll see you all in the morning. Good night. Welcome to Edinburgh in the daylight. My name is Sam Harris, and I'll be your tour guide for today. So I just want to give you a bit of history about Scotland in general. The recorded history of Scotland started around 1 AD. And that's when the Romans were coming over and basically trying to invade everywhere they could. They wanted to take over everything. So they come over to Britain, and they start in South Britain and take it over no problem. Nobody gives them a fight. Oh, bagpipes. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So they take over South Britain, no problem. But then there's these crazy people up in the north who just would not give up. So they gave them the name Picts, which is short for the Latin word pictus, which means painted, because these crazy ass people painted their bodies and just whooped these Romans' asses. Alright, check out this bagpipe player first. Let's get a little closer. good lungs to do that. Alright, so back to our history lesson. Enough bagpiping for now. So you got these crazy ass warriors up in the north here who paint their bodies and just will not give up their land. And to stop these northerners from getting into the south, there is a gigantic wall, much like the Great Wall of China, I guess you could say, built from all the way from one sea over to the other sea to hold these northerners off. So some time goes by, and eventually these people from Northern Ireland, called Scots, what do you know, start coming over and moving into northern Britain. Before it was Scotland, obviously. So they move over, and this fighting between the north and the south goes on for a long, long time. And then eventually there's one war to end all the wars, I guess. So King Edward III has this fight with the Northerners, and the Northerners destroyed them, just completely ripped them apart. So at that point, it was around 1328, I think it is, Edward III says, all right, fine, we'll recognize you as your own country. So there you go, now you have Scotland. And that, in a nutshell, is the history of Scotland for you. Look at this, just what I needed. What a surprise. A casual kilt outfit package from only 99 pounds, so about 150 bucks. You get a kilt, a ghillie skirt, a belt and buckle, a spore and a chain, a kilt pin and a hose, and the hose. But the dog is not included. How perfect is that? Where else can you get it for 150 bucks? Man, I love Scotland.